We're here on the 14th green of the Emirates Golf Club with Craig Haldane, who's the Superintendent of Emirates Golf Club and Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club. Welcome to the magazine, Craig.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So how long have you been at your role here as Superintendent?
I joined Dubai Golf in 2006 after a 5-year spell in Bahrain at Nadal Super Golf Club for a year, and then transferred to Emirates Golf Club in 2007 as Golf Course Superintendent. And about a year and a half ago I took over as Director of Golf Course Maintenance, overseeing the Creek Golf and Yacht Club as well as Emirates Golf Club.
You must have quite a big team managing the two courses. Is there many challenges involved in that?
Yeah, we've got a nice crew here at Emirates Golf Club. We maintain 45 holes of golf. We have a crew of 76 guys. That's from the top to the bottom, including the office staff and the irrigation crew, the greenkeepers, the landscaping crew, the mechanical guys as well. We maintain our own fleet of equipment. So yeah, it has its challenges. Obviously, Middle East golf maintenance is tough at certain times of year, but certainly the crew that I have here are well experienced, have been here a long time, and it makes my role a lot easier.
So with less than 1 week to go to the Classic next week, how's the course condition?
Yeah, good. Very, very happy. We did things slightly differently this year. We overseeded the golf course later than we typically do. We waited till after the Ladies Masters, and we kept it as a Bermuda grass golf course for that, and then seeded after this. We got a really good strike this year. The seed took extremely, very, very well. And I put it mainly down to the timing this year. With less competition from the Bermuda grass means the seed came up a lot better, and course conditions today are very good. We obviously 1 week to go. We're fine-tuning things now, and the putting surface is what we're working on right now, just to get them perfect for next week.
So the preparation is it's much more different to a normal daily routine, or is it a similar kind of thing that you do?
Yes and no. Typically, your typical functions of maintenance in terms of the mowing of the areas doesn't change. What changes dramatically leading up to event is the frequency of cut. People don't really understand that we close now. We've only got 6 days closed until the men arrive, but in those 6 days we don't mow anything until the sun's up. So things are dry, and the quality of the cut's a lot better, and the frequency goes up. So we typically mow greens. If you double cut the greens every morning, it's 14 cuts in a week. We'll be doing triples to quadruples to in the morning, and then another double in the evening. So we can go from 2 cuts a day to 6 cuts a day. So the intensity of the frequency is massively different. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier about difference between the Ladies Masters and the Men's Masters. Is there anything that changes between the two courses, the way you prepare them? Or
this year it was different, purely because we had different grass species that we were dealing with. Typically we would oversee the golf course before the ladies, and in terms of preparation of surfaces, nothing changes. It's very, very much the same. The only thing we are aware of is we don't get the greens quite as firm for the ladies as we do for the men. But other than that, green roll and speed, presentation of the golf course, our aim is to be consistent. So we do things very much the same.
So recently we've had some different weather for the UAE. What sort of challenges does that give you, like the fog, for example, and any kind of shamals that we might have? How difficult does that make your job?
The shamals aren't too bad, actually. On this site we're quite protected, believe it or not, with all the buildings that are now around us. We've got a little microclimate here, and up at Jumeirah Golf Estate or the Elks Club or Arabian Ranches, it's only a stone throw away from us. They're a lot more exposed, and I know Mark and Clinton and the boys up there, Russell, they'll be struggling with the wind and shamals, but it doesn't affect us in terms of wind and sand blowing everywhere. The wind mucks around a little bit, but it's nothing to write home about. The fog, I'd rather have it now than tournament week. Tournament week, it delays play. It throws a spanner in the works. Round 1 could go into round 2, could go into round 3, which means it makes it very, very challenging. Exciting, but challenging.
So you must be permanently on call as well for the tournament, I would have thought, your team and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, we work with the tour very closely. They have a tour agronomist by the name of Graham McNiven who supports us in most of the events in the Middle East. He actually arrives on site tomorrow, so he's here for the week, which is great. Obviously daily communication. In terms of tournament week itself, I'm responsible for a lot of other things, the boards and the signage, and the roping and staking of the golf course, the car parking areas, and there's a lot of other got a good team, like I said before. Some experienced guys have done, we've done this up 24th Desert Classic now. It's my 6th only.